we want to thank you all for being here with us tonight, and it's truly an honor that you all joined us for this year's State of the County Address. This evening, it's really going to be more than just a report or talking about budgets. It's going to be a celebration. We're going to celebrate the progress and the service and the people who make this county work every single day. The accomplishments that we're going to highlight tonight are really a result of the dedication of all the employees of Anderson County. That it's a reflection of the strong leadership of our department heads, the vision of our mayor, and the thoughtful work of our county commission. Nothing you're going to hear tonight happened by accident. Everything that has happened is a result of long hours, careful planning, teamwork, and the shared commitment of all the employees of Anderson County. So local government, as we know, is where policy meets the people. It's how the roads are paved, it's how emergencies are answered, and it's how the families of Anderson County are supported. The strength of our county lies in those who show up every day. Tonight, we're going to celebrate that work. We're going to celebrate the positive momentum that positions this county for even a stronger future. The state of our county is strong, and it's strong because of the collective efforts of many. Tonight, we're going to welcome Mayor Terry Frank for the State of the County Address. Mayor Frank.
Thank you, Commissioner Vandergriff. I think you said it all. That was beautiful. And I'm not used to looking this way. I'm trained to look at my commissioners. Well, good evening, Chairman Palmer, county commissioners, elected officials, Anderson County colleagues and team members, and honorable citizens. I want to recognize all of you and thank all of you here for your hard work, your partnership, and your collaboration. We work for the taxpayers of Anderson County, and the decisions we make impact the services citizens receive and also their own family finances. Post-COVID inflationary impacts with big pricing spikes in energy and food have made government budgeting more difficult, and this upcoming budget year will be no exception. It will be challenging. I want to especially thank the men and women of Anderson County government in each and every office for working in public service, for being a part of Team Anderson County, and for your understanding of the different kind of organization that local government is. You are important, your work is respected, and you are truly appreciated. Each one of you has a story to tell, a citizen you've helped, a problem you've solved, a disaster you've prevented, a document you found, a crime you have stopped, a life you have changed. As we look back over the last year, how do you pick which story to share? As government, we are made up of people, and sometimes we fail because people sometimes fail. But we strive to achieve, to help, to save, to protect, to educate, to empower, to ensure each citizen may pursue happiness. One such story is about a lady who cared for her dying mother until her passing. During this life-changing event, she found herself losing her job, behind on house payments, and then finally living in her car. She showed up at our senior center. There, she found resources and help. She was assisted in enrolling for food assistance. She was provided access to clothes and glasses. She was connected at first to part-time jobs, then housing, and ultimately, with Anderson County support, she secured a full-time job to get her life back on track. This is just one great story of real people that Anderson County government has helped. Before we look at our year in review, our challenges and our future, I want to take a brief moment to highlight financially how far we've come. I can proudly say we, and that's we, all of us, have taken a county that was upside down on the balance sheet with liabilities exceeding assets that a little more than a decade ago had less than $150,000 in its unassigned fund balance, was forced to enact a spending freeze, and was borrowing through tax anticipation notes to pay employees' salaries at the start of each fiscal year, to a county that is now in a posture to build a new STEM-focused Claxton Elementary School without having to generate new revenue, a posture where we've been able to increase wages approximately 23% cumulatively over the last 5 years, in addition to retention payments. A county that can finally invest in its facilities and infrastructure without passing a tax increase, and a county with an unassigned fund balance that meets levels for emergency funding in case of an economic downturn and earns interest that can be spent on services such as funding infrastructure instead of taxing people more. This kind of progress takes work, partnership, and collaboration. I want to thank county commissioners, both past and present, for the solid advancement, as well as officials and departments countywide. And I want to give a special note of appreciation for the finance department for the work they do, and especially for celebrating 29 years of earning the GFOA Excellence in Financial Reporting. As we start 2026, we are in a solid financial position, the result of conservative budgeting, formalized fund balance policies, and prudent fiscal management. As of fiscal 2025, our available fund balance ratio was 34% of annual revenues, and our liquidity ratio was 55% of annual revenues. We have healthy reserves, a solid economic base, and affordable long-term liabilities. Through grants and county revenues, Anderson County has made public safety and infrastructure a priority, from sheriff's vehicles and pavement to ambulances, highway equipment, investments in water improvements, to additional funding for fire department equipment. Meeting these public safety needs has been top of the list, and we have much more to do. Anderson County's estimated population in 2025 is 82,555, representing a little over 1% growth. Our growth as an entire county is moderate, with the highest percentage growth taking place in the city of Oak Ridge, followed by Oliver Springs, Clinton, then our unincorporated county, Rocky Top, then Norris. As the county looks to continually improve operationally, County Commission has consolidated committees to improve efficiency. Purchasing was combined with Budget Committee. Budget members now sit on Audit Committee. The Nonprofit Committee was reduced in size, and intergovernmental and legislative committees were moved under the purview of Operations Committee. Strategically, the county has joined forces with Commission, the Mayor's Office, and our departments and elected officials to accomplish another strategic planning session, our fourth, where identifying challenges and prioritizing initiatives was discussed and put on paper in a plan. We have proudly either accomplished or kicked off many of those initiatives or projects. To recap some of the work last year, the county came through a tough reappraisal process in our property assessor's office. I say tough because post-COVID, a lot of people across the nation found our beautiful Tennessee. And we've seen an increase in many property values based on these higher sales values. It is welcome news for many, but it has been a sure and certain challenge for some. A quick run through some of the highlights. We conducted a needs assessment with the University of Tennessee as we looked at how to address addiction. Through partnership, we've improved our soccer fields. We approved a new agreement with University of Tennessee for audiology, speech, and pathology for our seniors. We took delivery of a new grant-funded senior van, and we were awarded grant funds for new automatic doors for the senior center. We installed In God We Trust over the new courthouse entrance and added aerial imaging capabilities to the property assessor's office. We became a coalition partner with Pellissippi Blueways, and with their support and the support of Melton Lake Users Association, we won not one, but two grants for improvements of Lost Bottom Park. one from the Tennessee Department of Tourism and one from the Natural Resources Damage Assessment Board of Trustees. We transferred our hazmat truck to Oak Ridge with a partnering agreement. We hired an additional pretrial officer in order to meet the new state requirements to monitor certain offenders for the protection of victims. We approved purchasing new convenience center equipment at New River, a grant for evidence-based programming at the jail, and authorized a new work release program. We partnered with TDEC on some brownfield grants to help the cities and our county. We reestablished the partnership with Mountain View Community Action Commission as they continue to provide care for the people of the community at Mountain View Park. We took the bold step of lowering the occupancy tax, but applying it equally across the entire county. We invested heavily in advertising and media to promote visitors to our trails, our ATV opportunities, our rivers, our lakes, our cities, from Clinton and Oak Ridge to Rocky Top, Norris, and Oliver Springs. We replaced the roof at the health department, and we're working on the roof at the jail. We've seen technology upgrades in the courts, groundbreaking AI in the Register of Deeds office, AI and kiosk upgrades in the clerk's office, and adopted the 2024 building code. Following a dispatch and fire study, we authorized and funded a new position for directing dispatch and a new fire marshal to meet the growing safety needs of the community. We authorized a new shelter advisory committee, increased the fund balance policy to $8 million, and increased the percentage of rollover funds that will go to the capital fund up to 30%, and accepted $250,000 from TVA for a new Claxton Park and $50,000 towards Lost Bottom Park improvements. We've supported what will end up being a new $35 million school in Claxton, and we increased our support for schools, and we've celebrated as they show academic progress across the district, all while adding additional programs like the excavation simulation program at our career and technical school. We've completed the renovation and addition of another patient room at the dental clinic. We've finished one broadband project, and we're awaiting the start of a new one to address the remaining gaps. And we're in the process of a new EMS training facility funded in part through an ARC Power grant. Health Department renovations with nearly $900,000 in funding from the state of Tennessee, environmental work in progress on nearly $3 million in upgrades at Gibbs Ferry Park, with the majority of that funding through Federal Highways FLAP grant, and a new Emergency Operations Center grant with major funding through FEMA and TEMA. This is a great partnership with the city of Clinton. And finally, with work expected to begin next week, the construction of a new animal shelter. This year, our non-ARP grants have reached a record $28,922,507, a noteworthy milestone as we seek partnerships to serve our citizens and keep local taxes stable. And this year has also been a year where we saw big change, as Commissioner Mays moved to a new district and Commissioner McNabb was appointed to the vacated seat. There are a few critical advances that I want to draw special attention to, and one is the long-awaited cleanup of the American nuclear site. This massive accomplishment shows what partnership can do, as TDEC, EPA, and Anderson County all pulled in the same direction to address this legacy issue. In August, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, in partnership with TDEC and Anderson County, announced the completion of a $10.7 million cleanup at the American Nuclear Corporation Superfund site. This wonderful project removed contaminants from our community and closed out a long chapter of environmental risks. Another critical advancement was the structure and grant process for awarding Anderson County's opioid settlement funds. After hosting town halls and with our finance department and the University of Tennessee, The Opioid Committee scored and recommended a total of $427,444 in awards to 12 different organizations, from supporting awareness to treatment and counseling, housing, transportation, drug disposal, and peer support. And this year, we will see commission with the same targeted approach in addressing addiction. All of these things are important. It is work to be proud of. But one of our ongoing challenges is addiction, and we've still got a lot of work to do. It touches families, children, courts, EMS, law enforcement, and more. We can't take our foot off the gas. Anderson County is a regional leader in manufacturing and capital investment, with 65-plus companies calling our fair county home, including global automotive titans. But we can't stop our work recruiting business and industry that can help our citizens increase their wages and household income and further their own family and life goals. Many are still struggling to keep up, and keeping the impact of taxation low and helping boost wages is critical in the coming days ahead. We also have to find ways to ensure that the wonderful men and women who are the hands and feet of Anderson County government find their work meaningful and rewarding, and we need their wages to be competitive too. This will be a big challenge as we enter our budget season. In the days ahead, the latest strategic workshop identified several priorities for moving forward, including an updated growth plan as we try to balance moderate growth with preservation of our vital rural farm areas, an additional 12-hour ambulance, a capital improvement plan and salary survey, a focus on fire services and housing, and, as I'm doing tonight, regular updates on progress. For our community, this was a year that saw hundreds of thousands of visitors come to the new Aspire Park in Clinton. And it was also a year that saw the epic historical stacks of Bull Run Steam Plant come down, stacks that have been a part of our county landscape since 1967. Change can be difficult. It can stir emotions and create longing for another time of heartwarming memories. Our county is the county that was chosen as ground zero for the first TVA dam construction project. And we were the county, along with our sister county of Roane, chosen to rise to a national call to end the war in what we all know as the Manhattan Project. This last year has seen Anderson County, Roane County, and the city of Oak Ridge work together in unprecedented ways. The resolutions and joint meetings to rise to the challenge of meeting the energy, AI, and technology needs of the future. This new call to national mission is a profound opportunity to improve the livelihood of the people who call Anderson County home, and at the same time, yet another chance to see our hardworking people solve national problems. As a result, the location of Bull Run Steam Plant is now the location of Type 1 fusion. And on January 23rd, Centrus just announced a $567 million investment and nearly 430 new jobs for our county. These investments bring prosperity to our families. As a community, this kind of progress, whether it's around nuclear advancement or the stability of fiscally sound local government, creates further opportunities for many of you in the room or at home, from housing and development to retail and recreation. I thank all of you here tonight for your hard work, and I thank our citizens for calling Anderson County home. We each come from different walks of life, different perspectives, different beliefs. But as your government, we are all here working to serve the wonderful people of Anderson County, sometimes with robust debate, sometimes with unanimous decisions. But we love serving you. As we head full steam into 2026, we hope you, our citizens and our departments and our elected officials, will give us input on what accomplishments you would like to see, what goals you would like us to set, and what needs should rank as a priority. Thank you all, and may God bless you and God bless Anderson County.
Thank you, Mayor Frank, and thank you for your leadership. And also thank the employees of Anderson County who contributed to the success and will be contributing to the success in the future also.